So this seems kind of tedious and boring.
Make a game out of it.
A game?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Hi-ho, it's on the threads we go. With putty, tape, and lots of glue, we're going to plumb these tanks today.
What are you doing?
This is plumber's tape, and this is plumber's putty. So, because these valves are going to be buried,
Let's just wait, because that's loud. We're not going to get anything over here, are we? Okay. Take two. Okay, so what are you doing?
so what we're working with is 2-inch valves on the water totes, but we only have 1-inch PEX. So these are reducers that are going to shrink the size down from 2-inch down to 1-inch. And then we have an adapter here to put the PEX onto. PEX is one of these ingenious inventions that they should have invented, I don't know, 100 years ago. Would have made building houses a hell of a lot easier. But yeah, because this stuff is going to be buried beneath the frost line, we want to make sure and have as much leak-proof-ing as possible. So, we're doubling up on the plumber's tape and the plumber's putty so that we won't have to worry about it.
Okay. So we Mike and Aaron dug a big hole for us to put our 3,000 gallon water tanks in.
Yep.
Why are we putting them in the ground instead of on the ground or on like a raised platform or something?
Funny that you asked that, actually, because, of course, everybody thinks of Arizona, they think of heat, they think of cactuses, they think of coyotes and desert and stuff like that, but we are actually in the high desert, which means that we're at an elevation of about 64,000 or 6,400 feet, and it does snow here. It does freeze. Usually, the snow and the freeze burns off by about 10 in the morning, but it does still get that cold during the day, and if you have your tanks above ground, and if you hit a sudden cold snap that lasts longer than a couple of days, your tanks can freeze. That is
no water for us.
a problem.
Yeah.
Because really at that point, the only way that you can thaw the ice is to wait for it to thaw or get one of those Elon Musk flamethrowers, but then of course you burn your tanks down. I mean, these tanks are strong enough that, I mean, we buried them a little lower than they recommend. So obviously do that at your own risk, but if we can get enough of the tank below the frost line, we'll always have liquid water at any time we need it. But also, it keeps the water from freezing during the winter and keeps the water cold in the summer.
Which is helpful because it is hot in the summer.
It is that. Yeah.
So you said that we are putting ours in a little deeper than is recommended.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not recommended?
Well,
And how are we combating that?
the trouble with totes is everybody's like, well, you know, it's a water tote. It should be fine. It's strong. It's powerful. Whatever. It can withstand whatever force it wants to. And so what they'll do is they'll put these tanks into the ground and then backfill the dirt around the tanks before there's any water in it. The problem with that is dirt is heavy, very heavy, especially when you get a lot of it. And you know, you hear stories about all these preppers who are going out and putting their tanks into the ground, backfilling, and then the tank completely collapses under the pressure of the weight of the dirt. Because if you think about it, dirt is not just pressing down, it's pressing sideways too, once the path of least resistance at any point. So without the weight of the water in the tank to push back against the dirt, they just crumble like a Coke can. So as long as you take proper precautions and as long as you keep the water level full, at least to ground level, you're not going to run into the risk of having those tanks collapse under pressure. Finally, Max, we see eye to eye. You're still a doofus. Yes, you are. Aren't you? You're a big doofus, aren't you? Aren't you? And you're a little turd. I don't know if you saw this before, but I was wrapping these in plumber's tape. She came sniffing around, and she was curious, and she grabbed this, and when I said, drop it, she took off.
It's like a toddler with something they shouldn't have. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm running with scissors.
Everything's a toy for her.
All right, you two. Do not steal my putty. Yeah, you take a nap.
It's tough being a puppy.
Oh, I guess that's it. Here, Chloe. You can have this now. And off she goes. What a turd.
This has to be done today, right?
Yep.
Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts, even if it took us until midnight.
We've got 6,500 gallons of water coming tomorrow. Yeah, our friend Mike is bringing the water to fill these totes and our septic system tomorrow, so it's got to be done.
Gotcha. That, oh, it disappeared.
Yes, he's coming.
Now that is a cow killer.
It's a what?
They're red velvet. They're called red velvet ants. There we go. So it's kind of hard to see, but they have, or maybe that's the red velvet mite, but if they're what I'm thinking of, they kill it, because they are cow killers, which means, no, you're gonna shoot it?
It's effective.
Gosh. For an ant, you just have to squish it. Where'd he go?
I squished it.
Huh?
I squished it with the dirt clod right there.
Oh, it's dead?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
You ever get the sense the entire world is trying to kill you?
Out here?
Rattlesnakes under the camper.
Yeah.
We've got red velvet ants that I need to do some research on, because apparently if they do bite you, they can kill you. What?
They're called cow killers. That's all I know. But yeah, out here, there's a lot that can kill you.
Why did we move here again? morning. It's about 6 in the morning. It's 50 degrees. This is the first time this season that I pulled out a sweatshirt. Yeah, we were hoping to get our plumbing done. Well, not plumbing, but like attaching our PEX piping to our water tanks, because we have 6,500 gallons of water that are going to be delivered today. But we had to run to town yesterday for a couple of things and didn't get back until after dark. So we're up early this morning to get it done.
And it's cold.
It's a little cold.
You need it? How far over?
Huh?
How far over?
Just down the middle.
Okay.
I need this to be pointing the right direction before I crimp these down. Just a bit more, right there.
So what is this, babe?
So, this is PEX. So the great thing about these water totes is that they actually come pre-threaded. Meaning they have outlets on the bottom that are threaded with 2-inch threads. We obviously don't need 2 inches worth of pipe going to our pump house, so we've got that reduced down to 1 inch. And then we've got 1-inch PEX coming up here. We've got shut-off valves for each of the tanks individually, so that if one of them runs down or we want to do service on one of them, we can shut just one of them off and still have water going to the pump house. So that's one or the other of these, and then we have just a general water shut-off for our inlet right here.
Will we be able to access those?
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be buried.
Nope, what we're going to do is we're going to put a garden box right here. We'll fill in all the rest of this, so that'll all be under the frost line. And actually, where these are, they'll also be under the frost line, but we'll be able to pull the top off of this garden box and be able to get in if we need to.
Gotcha. Okay. What comes next?
Now we do the pump house.
Chloe wants to help.
Chloe is helping by being right where she is.
Oh, she moved.
Come here, baby girl. You're not a baby girl. You're a doofus. Yeah, I get it.
Come here, booger.
No, you can.
Oh.
You can play in the trench if you really want, but you got to get yourself out.
So do you go up underneath or through the side?
It's hope.
So this is the part where I'm gonna dig this out a little more.
The more I think
Can you get me the digging spike?
The more it makes me smile. If nothing's broken us, yeah, nothing ever will. 'Cause dreams are hard to kill.